Morning, Rob.
Congratulations to you and your guys. 37-7 win over UAlbany. I'm sure there's a lot you're happy with, but I would think that maybe Coach Blackstock had one of the game balls on Saturday, the way your special teams played. Let's just start there. Three block punts, fake field goal. How big were they in that game?
Obviously, they led to points, and that's always huge. Uh, had a great week of preparation, great week of practice. The guys at Stephon Hicks, Josh Miller, Xavier Diller, those guys blocked those kicks and had a opportunity for a fourth one and just missed. And then, as you said, Joey Tomaso, um, you know, on a fake field goal in terms of the opportunity to score points. And Carter Boyd, I think, Carter Boyd did a great job punting the ball. I mean, there were
Mhm.
three punts that one was on the 1 yard line, one was on the seven, another one was inside around the 10 yard line. So when you have an opportunity to make teams go the long way and then hold them back there, then you put pressure on them, whether it's you're trying to return a kick or whether you're trying to get after it. Those are significant. So those guys did a fantastic job. Coach Blastock's done a great job with putting pressure on the kicking elements, and it's impacted the field position. So hat goes off to those guys. They did a great job, and we're looking to get better and keep moving forward, and on to the next opportunity, which is a really good team down in Campbell.
Couple questions for you from Marty. Go ahead, Marty. We lost Marty's audio again. Not sure what's going. Yeah, he's gonna type them in.
Gotta stop meeting like this, Marty.
Mike, just take us a little bit behind the scenes from a coaching standpoint. You guys have had success blocking kicks all year long. It's been really good. But is there certain times when you're going into a week where you really feel like you've got something that you might be able to take advantage of?
Well, I mean, all of us have tape and film, and
Yeah.
you watch the different things. You watch the whole operation time, from snapper to punter to, how many steps he takes to get rid of the ball and all those things. And everybody does that. But it's also, personnel too, how you personnel that, where you have guys coming up the middle, off the edge, those different things. And so we've gotten close a couple times, and then taking pride in the fact that Stefan has done a really good job of just timing up the snapping mechanics and all the things that we go through to see when they're gonna execute their play. And everybody has film, and you film study and stuff. So they take pride in that. We take pride in the opportunity to change the game. And like I said, I've been doing this for a while, and I don't think I've ever had three punts blocked that led to points, in a game. And then the kick, the punting element of where you down the ball was critically important. And so those elements kind of work together. I mean, there's been some times, that we've lost games that we didn't play well, and this has just happened to be one of those games where the elements were clicking. We played well. The kickoff, our kickoff guy Sam Braywood did a great job as well with the touchbacks. Had a true freshman on a punt return. So it's just all those things that worked and came together. We're going to need to continue to sustain that type of opportunities and ability and effort going down the stretch here.
Question number one from Marty was that as complete a game as you've had this season?
Well, I would say, Marty, that when you talk about all three aspects, offense, defense, and special teams, I would say that there were a lot of positives from those elements, from third down defense to holding them under 100 yards rushing, getting a turnover, field position, special teams. Our quarterback in Jackson Blee, I believe, had 10, 11 catches as a tight end, but we also threw the ball to some receivers. Tariq Sims running the ball and catching the ball coming out of the backfield. So I believe all the elements did work together, and the game was played commiserate to all three facets. And so that has been, that was one of the things that was glaring, that you saw people having a lot of success. Played a lot of players, a lot of young players, as we all know. Coaches on this call has talked about these true freshmen have a chance to play up to 4 games. And so you try to find that skill set and get them in and those opportunities. So we played some young players as well.
Next question. Part of the reason the disparity between the home and away record, obviously, that you've had some of your top opponents have been road games. But DeMar's question about talk about why you've been so much better this season at Zabel Stadium.
You know, that's a great question. Obviously, the familiarity of a lot of things that's important. But as you said, on the road, playing really good teams, but not coming up with a victory, that's something that we need to do. But you're playing good teams, and the element of whether you're at home or away, it's still 100 yards. It's still what all that matters. What happens between the white lines? The rules are the same, and so we just got to get better and get this our first opportunity to compete and win a game on the road because it's playing between the white lines, and so that's something we're fully aware of. We embrace, we talk about it, and the only thing you do is you can play and then and turn the fortunes of that in your favor. So that's why this game coming up to us is very, very important. It's a good football team. Coach has done a really good job with his team. I know they played two FBS teams. They've been competitive against other FCS teams at the top level of this conference, and so every game in this league is you got to bring your A game, and this definitely will be one we'll need to.
My final question was to talk a little bit about what walk-ons have meant to or mean to your program, and about the ceremony you'll be having for the Richmond game ahead of the Richmond game for the walk-ons.
Well, I mean, hey, Farrell, the acronym was 100 each year for Rising Letterman. Over the years, has embraced and celebrated young men that have come here as walk-ons, and then at some point, earned a half a scholarship or a half a scholarship to a full scholarship. And to have guys like Mike Tomlin and Sean McDermott acknowledge some of our guys and people that have done a really good job becoming. There's two guys on my staff, Jack Armstrong and Bo Revel were guys that were walk-ons that were awarded scholarships. They're on the field performance, they're in class performance, they're in the community performance. All those things are commensurate to what Hey for All stands for, and so to recognize those men that have gone through the similar elements of, I don't know much as proving yourself, but saying, what, I do belong, and to get recognized by a group now that said we're going to recognize these guys for what they've done, and now what they're doing, not just on the football field, now in life, their professional lives. It's been really truly amazing, and we embrace what Hey for All has done, what it is doing, even in the day now of NIL and revenue sharing, all those things like that. They remain a strong entity in William Mary football.
Mike, defensively, you hold Albany to 232 yards, no points through the first three quarters of the game. What were you able to do so effectively to cause them problems?
Well, I think we did a good job, handling the run part of it, portion of it, and then when it's time to throw the ball, to get after them. I think they were 3 for 13 in third down situations, and then 2 for 4 fourth downs. And we were 8 for 18, but I think we were 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 in fourth downs. And so when you have an opportunity to hang on to the ball, the time of possession, because of the safeties, after a safety they had to either punt or kick off. That's giving our offense the ball once again. So you take away some of the possessions. I mean, they had 10 possessions, 5 of them were punts, and 3 of those were blocked. One was a missed field goal. One they did get a touchdown, but then, like I said, the 2 other drives ended in fourth down, turn the ball over type thing. So I think we did a good job just playing your responsibility, having your hat in the gap, keeping the ball in front of you, those types of things, and that's what you need as you go down the stretch here, because you're going to keep playing good football teams, and and that's the goal is to keep getting ready for the next opponent, which is going to be a good football team on the road. That any success we need to have is going to have to come out of all 3 elements playing at a high level.
Before I let you go, let's talk about that opponent as you head to Campbell. What are some of the challenges they present for you?
Yeah, they've always been a big, big team, athletic team. The quarterback does a great job. Camden Six Killer. I mean, what a name right there, man. That's an NIL name right there. So and he does a good job for him. You know, he's surrounded by a strong running back and some receivers. Like I said, they got a big offensive line. Defensively, they're highly athletic. You know, coaches always had a good bevy of guys that are in there that are competing. Special teams wise, they got a really good kicker punter that's done things with demonstrated performance on the field. And like I said, it's an away game, and it's important for us to go on the road and be highly competitive going down the stretch here to realize any of the goals or the opportunities that may be in front of us.
All right, Mike, thanks as always for the time today. Safe travels to Buies Creek.